Hi, I'm Kristen, and this is Scrap Fabric Love. And today I've got 6 super quick last-minute gift ideas for when you're running out of time. I love making homemade gifts, but I don't know about you, but sometimes I overcomplicate the whole thing and I make my projects too involved. So this year I'm keeping it super simple. I want projects that I can batch sew, that I can make one of in 5 to 10 minutes so that making a set of 4 or 6 is no big deal. And I want something that people are actually going to appreciate receiving. So if you're a regular viewer to the channel, you might have seen the first 2 because I posted about them recently, but I'm still excited about them. So I'm going to show you. So just in case you missed them. So first of all, cloth napkins. I've made a bunch of these. So simple, literally. So these ones are just like a pretty print and they're a plain fabric. I haven't done anything other than double hem them. I have a super quick tutorial that I put out last week that you can go have a look at. And then I have some other ones that I embellished with a little bit of EPP, English paper piecing hexagons, and another one that I embellished with some leaves. You can kind of personalize it to people's decor, and literally you can make one of these in 5 minutes. So a whole set of 4 or even 6 you can do in under an hour. Next up, these reusable UnPaper towels. The way I make them is with cotton on one side and cut up old toweling on the back. I'll just undo these for now, just have them all ready to go, but I can tie them up again. So I've got cotton on one side and an old towel on the other side. And again, I have a super simple tutorial I put out recently, and I'll link to that in the description. There's lots of ways to make these. If you have a serger, some people serge the edges. I don't have one, and I like the way it looks with the top stitching, so I do them like this, but so many options. And you can make them smaller for like makeup scrubbers and dish scrubbers and things like that. Super practical, and you can make them really pretty so that people do like receiving them. The next idea is maybe a bit off the wall, on the wall. It's one, if you've been a regular watcher of the channel, you know I'm super into this year, and that is making mini quilts. So obviously there's loads of ways to make mini quilts. Some of them are super complicated and involved, but some of them can be really simple. So one of my favorite ones that I made this year, let me just grab it, it's up here, is this one. And it's just some crumb piecing and some denim quilted onto some batting, and then I glued it onto a canvas frame. I've got a couple of videos, one with like loads of inspiration for mini quilts, which I'll link to, and another one with like too many methods for how to hang those mini quilts on a wall. But there are some super simple and quick ones. So if you know your friend's favorite color or their style, you could make them up a really quick little personalized piece of art, and it doesn't have to take that long. Recently in my online quilt community called Scrap Club, we had a special session called Make It Mini, and it was like a timed thing. So we all made a mini quilt in 40 minutes. So these can be done super quickly if you put your mind to it and don't let yourself stress too much and just have a play. Okay, next is this super simple sea glass cushion. I did a tutorial about this earlier in the year. It's just a cushion front with some fused scraps that you just roughly sew around. No need for perfection, so it can be super quick. And then just an envelope cushion back. Again, super simple. So you can absolutely make a few of these in an evening if you've got someone to give to. And again, personalize it with their favorite colors. This is also a good one if you are posting, because you don't have to put the cushion insert inside. So you can just fold up a cushion cover and send them a little note with which size of insert they need to make it nice and poofy. Usually about an inch bigger all the way around than the actual cushion cover. It gives it that nice poof. I'm going to get back to those last minute gift ideas in a second, but for a minute I just wanted to tell you about a gift that I was given by the sponsor of today's video, Reusable. They asked me to try out the Gym One Plus bike, and I took that as my sign that I needed to start to get moving again. I don't know about you, but when the days start to get shorter, getting out to the gym is a little bit more difficult. So I decided to give this a go. It's got this cool screen that you can cast Peloton classes on, or you can take the Reusable classes that are in the app, or for free, you can even cast Netflix or your favorite YouTube video Don't worry, I don't actually sit there and watch myself, but I can catch up on other YouTubers, and you could be cycling away planning your next quilt project. I've been given a huge £100 off discount code that you can get by finding the link in the video description. The code does work in the US and elsewhere, but the exact amount will be calculated at checkout. Next is coasters, fabric coasters. So I've got a tutorial for Quilt As You Go coasters that is super quick on its own, but you can make it even quicker by just doing it with a single print of fabric that you just really like. You don't even have to do the Quilt As You Go elements that I showed in there. You can just take 2 pieces of fabric, 1 piece of batting, sew it all together with a turning gap, turn it round, top stitch, and you're done. And 4 or 6 of those, again, make a great gift. My sister continues to rave about these. I gave them to her years ago. She did actually request them, so I can't really take the credit because it was her idea. But she really wanted these fabric coasters that the kids couldn't break and that she could mop up spills with, and that like were her favorite color, gray. So I have talked about them in a few videos, but she just loves them. So you can make these as fancy or as plain as you like. I received a lovely one from Lisa in my scrap club that she did by hand. And again, you could whip something like this up while you're watching TV as well. So lots of options for coasters, and people need a set for their home, a set for the office, maybe a set for a holiday occasion. So you can do what you like with the design for those. I'll link my Quilt As You Go tutorial for the ones that I made my sister. They use funny shaped scraps and teach you a bit about Quilt As You Go. And even though there's a tiny bit more piecing involved in that, you get to use up your scraps and they look a tiny bit fancier and they still come together super quickly. You can absolutely make a set of those in an evening, if not several sets. Lastly, again, one that I have absolutely talked about on the channel before is these fabric necklaces. This is made with a jelly roll strip. It's stuffed with sewing trimmings and it's super quick and easy to make, and it's light to wear. So it looks like those beaded wooden necklaces, but it's not heavy. And of course you could make it in someone's favorite color. Great for gifting to children. These are the 2 that I made in the original tutorial. One's got a proper necklace clasp, and I show you how to put that on in the video. And the other one's just kind of got a tie option. There are also 2 sizes of the kind of fabric beads, if you will. And I discovered when making that tutorial that I prefer the smaller version. So this year I made one with rainbows on it for my niece, and then I made myself another kind of more colorful version of the small fabric necklace. I just really like these, and there's not a lot of sewing involved, so they get finished really quickly as well. Now, I do have tons of other gift ideas that I'd love to give you. All of the sewing tutorials for little homemade gifts and things on my channel are all very quick. And I've got other videos that you can hop to if you need more inspiration. But this video was all about just giving you the quickest ones. Some of the other favorites that folk come back to on my channel are my quilted journal covers. Great for personalizing and can be sized to fit any journal or book. Placemats. And these would go great paired with some of the cloth napkins I talked about earlier. And the pot holders. So I will link to everything in the video description box if you're looking for even more gift ideas. But I hope this video has helped you find something quick and easy to sew for whoever you are making for this year. If you like this video and you haven't subscribed to the channel, I hope you'll consider it. Maybe share the video link with a friend. And if you are looking for your quilty people, have a check in the video description. There's loads of information about my scrap club. It might be the place for you. Thanks so much for spending time with me. Bye.